Hello children. So in the last class you have studied about the topic that is conduction and convection. So in the conduction and convection we know that the heat is transferred that is in case of metals that is by conduction, and in case of liquids and gases it is by convection. That means in case of conduction the heat is transferred from hotter end to colder end, and then in case of convection the hotter particles they moves upward and the cooler particles occupies that area. So these things we have studied by conducting an activity, and also you have did an activity by using a candle, right? So now we will move on to the next example, that is in the coastal area. I think you know the meaning of coastal area. So which is the coastal area? So coastal area is, it is a place, that is a bank, especially it is a bank of the ocean. So you can see in this picture, see here. So here it is a coastal region. So in the coastal region the people who are residing here, you know what they feel. See, in this region, especially during daytime, which time? During daytime, due to the sun heat, the land it gets heated fast. The land gets heated fast compared to the water. And we know the meaning of convection. That means when the air becomes hot, it moves upward, right? So during daytime, due to the sun heat, the land becomes fast, that means heated faster compared to the ocean water. So for that reason the hotter air which is present on the land, it moves upward, and then to fill this area the cooler air from the ocean it moves towards the land. See, the cooler air from the ocean it is moving towards the land, and then to complete this cycle the hot air it occupies the region above the ocean. So this kind of movement we call it as sea breeze. What we call? We call it as sea breeze. That means during daytime the land gets heated faster compared to the ocean water, and for that reason the hot air it moves upwards, and then the cooler air which is present on the ocean it moves towards the land, and then to complete this cycle the hotter air again it comes above the ocean water. So this kind of movement of air we call it as sea breeze. Sea breeze, that means movement of the air from the sea towards the land. And I think you know about the construction of the homes near coastal region. So you know how they will construct. So whenever they construct any buildings in the coastal region, usually they will keep either windows or doors which are facing towards the ocean. You know why? Because during the sea breeze the cool air it moves towards the land. So to get the cool air they will construct their houses, especially the windows facing towards the ocean. Is it clear? So this is called as sea breeze. Then now we have studied about what happens during daytime. So during daytime it is a sea breeze. Then what happens during night time? See, during night time, so now consider it is night time. So what happens now? So during night time we can observe the reverse process. That means the land it cools faster. The land cools faster compared to the ocean water, that means sea water. So for that reason the hot air present on the ocean it moves upward. Clear? And then the cooler air present on the land it moves towards the ocean. See, like this. And to complete this cycle the hot air it occupies the land area. So this kind of movement of air we call it as land breeze. So what do we call? We call it as land breeze. So now what do you mean by land breeze? So during night time the land cools faster compared to the ocean water. So for that reason the hot air on the ocean it moves upward, and the cooler air it moves from the land towards the ocean. So this kind of movement of air is called as land breeze. So is it clear? Okay, then see, we have studied about sea breeze and land breeze. So you can observe all these things in this picture. Then, do you know, when we go outside, especially in the midday, that means during the afternoon, what we can see? We can see the burning sun, and also we feel very warm. We feel very warm, right? Why? Because of the heat which is coming from the sun. But does the heat of the sun, it transferred as a convection or conduction? Does it travels in the form of conduction or convection? No, it will not transfer either in the form of conduction or convection. You know why? Because for conduction and convection they needs medium. See, for conduction they need metals, and for convection at least it need air. But we know that in the space, when we go to space, in the space there is no air, it is only vacuum. So by the convection process or conduction process, the sun, it cannot transfer its heat. Then by which way it transfer heat? That is by the process called as radiation. So what is the process? The process is called as radiation. So the sun, it transfers its heat by the form of radiation. Okay, then, so where do we observe this kind of radiation? So these radiations are emitted from the hot bodies. Usually they are emitted from hot bodies. See, whenever the sun emits this radiation, our earth, so some of the radiation they may get absorbed. Some radiation they may get absorbed, some may get reflected, some may get reflected, right? So by this way, that is by the radiation method, the sun, it transfers its heat. And I said all hot bodies, not only sun, all hot bodies, they transfer the heat by the process of radiation. For example, if you are sitting in a room which contains heater, for example, see, during summer at home we will use AC, that means air conditioner, but in some region, you know, they will use heaters, room heaters. So these room heaters also, they transfer the heat by the process of radiation. Okay, so for the transfer of heat by radiation process, they do not need any medium, that means they do not need any metals or air. Clear? In vacuum also these radiation passes. So for that reason, the sun, it transfers its heat by the form of radiation. Okay, then I think you all know about the kinds of cloth we wear in summer and winter. When kinds of clothes we wear in summer and winter. So do we wear same kind of clothes during summer and winter? No. I think you know the reason why. But to learn that, we will do an activity. So with the help of activity, we will conclude which type of cloth we will wear during summer and winter, right? So now I will take the activity here. So the activity is, so let us take two bowls. Consider this as bowl number 1 and this as bowl number 2. Now you know what I will do? For the first beaker, I will apply paint. That is, which color paint? Black paint. I will apply black paint here. Okay, like this I will apply black paint, and then to the second beaker I will paint with white color. So this is white color. So this one I applied black color, and for this one I applied white color. So next, you know what I have to do? Just I have to fill the water in these two beakers. or in these two vessels. So fill the water to these vessels. Okay, then keep these two vessels in the midday for 1 hour. So midday, what do you mean by midday? That means afternoon. So in the afternoon, in the sun, we have to keep this for 1 hour. So after 1 hour, check the temperature of the water present in each beaker. In which beaker we can feel more heat? That is, in the black color we can feel heat. How much? That is more heat compared to the water which is present in the beaker which is painted with which color? White color. Clear? Why? Because it shows that the dark colored materials, they absorb more heat. I will say again, the dark colored bodies, they absorb more heat, right? Okay, then now we will move to the next activity, that is activity 4.11. activity 4.11. So in that activity, just read it. This is activity 4.10. Now we are moving on to activity 4.11. So for this activity we will use the same materials. Now take out these two beakers which we kept in the midday for 1 hour. Now take out these two beakers and place them under a tree or in a room for 1 hour or 2 hours. So leave it as it is in the under a tree. So after some time, what we can observe? We can observe that the water which is present in the beaker which is painted with white color, it becomes cooler compared to the water which is present in the bowl or beaker which is painted with black color. That means in this beaker the temperature is reduced with fast rate, whereas in the first beaker the temperature is not reduced with fast rate. Then see, by using these two activities we can say which kind of clothes we can wear in summer and winter. In summer we should not feel hot, right? So for that reason we have to wear light colored clothes. That means during summer we have to wear light colored clothes. Why? Because see, the light colored objects, they do not absorb more heat, right? And then during winter we have to wear dark colored clothes. Why? Because during winter we have to keep or we have to maintain our body warm. So to maintain our body in warm condition, we have to apply dark colored dresses, because the dark colored objects or the dark colored cloths, they absorb more heat and they also retain the heat in the body, right? So for that reason we will wear dark colored cloths during winter season. Okay, then during winter we will wear one more kind of cloth. What is the name of the cloth? That is a sweater which is made up of woolen, right? So I think you know the uses of woolen. So what do you mean by woolen cloths? So these woolen cloths, we call it as anyway sweaters, because they keeps our body warm. How? See, these woolens are non-conductors of heat. That means they are insulator. That means they will not conduct any heat. And along with that, in between the threads of the woolen, they contains air. So in between them they have air. We know that this air also poor conductor of heat. So since they are poor conductors, it will not allow the heat from our body to escape outside. I will repeat, these sweaters woolen, they are poor conductors of heat and they also contains air in between the pores. So this air and the woolen, they will not allow the heat from our body to escape outside. So in turn, they maintains our body temperature. So for this reason, we will wear woolen cloths, especially woolen cloths during winter season. And also, if I give you two woolen cloths, one is a thick woolen cloth and then two woolen cloths which are thin. So which one do you prefer? Maybe you will prefer two woolen cloths because in between them it can have more air. So due to the presence of the more air, which is an insulator, our body it may retain its temperature. So it will be helpful for us in the winter season. So this is about our chapter heat. I think you all have understood about all these activities. Thank you.